Our God is an awesome God. He reigns over heaven above. Our God is an awesome God. Our God is an awesome God. Dallas Mavericks, Charlotte Hornets. The Mavericks enter this game 4-1, coming off of their first loss of the season. Charlotte Hornets, second night of a back-to-back after an insane game against the Indiana Pacers the night before. I saw a hilarious Reddit post on the Mavericks subreddit that asked if the Mavs were going to give the Hornets a tribute video before the game, thanking them for putting this team out of their misery a season ago and helping them tank. And the Mavericks pull out a win, another win. They're 5-1 on the season, 124-118. Surely this, of course it wasn't easy. Of course it wasn't easy. This team finds themselves down 15 points in the first half of this game. But to this team's credit, they fought hard in the second half, and they played a tremendous second half of basketball. I mean, rewatching this game, knowing what already happened, they really played really well down the stretch of this game. And it would just be easier for me to show you how it happened rather than talk about it. So this video is just going to pretty much be one long interjection. But before we get into that, I want to go over some stuff here. I want to talk about some stats, okay? Luka Doncic finishes the game 23, 12, and 9. Clearly laboring, clearly dealing with something. I don't know if it was a thigh injury. Going back and rewatching it, it looked, I think at some point in the third quarter, he banged knees with somebody and was really bothering him for most of the third quarter. Why did he not get subbed out of the game at a certain point? I don't know. But he does play the majority of the third quarter, despite the fact he can barely move on the floor. He goes 8 of 19 from the field, 1 of 9 from 3, so another poor shooting game from Luka Doncic from deep. But in the fourth quarter, 10 points, 4 assists, 4-5 shooting. So he played really, really well in the fourth quarter of this game and helped close this game out for the Dallas Mavericks. Grant Williams continues to be king of the fourth quarter. He scores 9 points, 3 of 3 from deep. This season, so far, Grant Williams is shooting 88% from 3 in the fourth quarter. 88% from deep. Just an absolute insane start to the season for him. Kyrie Irving in the third quarter, 4 points, 2 of 5 shooting. You might look at that and say, another bad Kyrie Irving game. Yes, people on Twitter were doing that. Kyrie Irving stands, get your head out of the fucking gutter, please. Okay, I'm already fighting for my life against a certain other stand-em in this fan base. Please get your head out of the gutter. He did have 5 assists in the third quarter, was a plus 11, and was very, very, very good in the minutes that Luka Doncic did not play in the third quarter, and it pretty much propelled the Mavericks to a victory. Jaden Hardy, 12 points, 3 of 4 shooting in the second half. He was very big in this game for the Mavericks. Tim Hardaway Jr., 3 threes in the second half. Dwight Powell was a plus 9 in 5 second half minutes. Dereck Lively, the rookie, 8 points, 9 rebounds, and a nasty block in the second half of this game. Now, if you're wondering, why all the second half stats? Why are you bringing up all these second half stats? Because this team fucking sucked in the first half. Yet again, this team was terrible. 34% from the field, 23% from 3 in the first half of the game. They missed 11 straight threes at a certain point. Charlotte shoots 57% from the field in the first half. Defense wasn't there. The defensive intensity wasn't there. The pick and roll coverage was absolutely terrible. The Hornets were getting whatever they wanted, whenever they wanted. The Mavericks, offensively, they were getting decent looks, and we'll talk about that in a second, but just weren't converting on those looks. And this has been the story of the season so far. These are some crazy stats I'm about to share with you guys, okay? In the first half of games this season, the Mavericks are minus 4.7. That's 25th in the NBA. They have a 121.7 defensive rating in the first half. That is dead last in the league. A 66.9 defensive rebounding percentage. That is dead last in the league. So in the first half of games, this team looks exactly like the team from a year ago. And the PTSD kicks in. You're getting images. You're hearing gunshots in your head. You're hearing children screaming. That's what happens whenever you're watching this team in the first half of games. But then in the second half, it's like the team's clones come in and the game just completely shifts. They have a 19.4 net rating in the second half of games. That's second in the NBA. 107.6 defensive rating, 8th in the NBA. 127 offensive rating, first. 72.4 defensive rebounding percentage, 10th. These are like polar opposite teams in the first half versus second half. And to their credit, they're making adjustments. You have to give them props there. Something's going on at halftime, and they're adjusting throughout the game, so you like to see that. But I would also like to see this team just come out at the beginning of the game and take care of business. I'm about to put a stat on the screen I tweeted out yesterday. I don't remember the numbers off the top of my head. But since the Kyrie Irving trade, this team, I think, has only won 3 games. Only 3 of their wins since the Kyrie Irving trade, which happened all the way back in February of this year. Like, we're kind of approaching a full calendar year since that trade. They've only won 3 games. Only 3 of their wins have been non-clutch games. Think about that. Only 3. Every other game has been like this. Anyways, as I said earlier, it would just be easier for me to show you guys how this game played out rather than talk about it. All right, let's start with this play right here. Second quarter, 11:50 left. Just kind of a microcosm of what went on offensively in the first half of this game, right? Good ball movement, pretty good offensive possession by the Mavericks. Good pass by Tim, Josh Green, nice aggressive attack, Luka, swing, ball moving, Hardy, wide open three, love it. Just didn't go down. That was just kind of what we saw in the first half of the game. It wasn't like they were missing terrible shots. Well, actually, as I say that, I forgot about this play right here. Let me just let it play out for a little bit, okay? You guys probably don't need me to say much. Yeah. Now, I want to pause really quickly here. I know it's hidden here off the quarter, but as you can see, 16 seconds left on the shot clock. Let me rewind just a tiny bit. Now, is that the shot we want? I can't say yes. A couple days ago, after the Nuggets game, I said there were plays that just can't happen as a team. This is one of those right here. Just really can't have it, especially whenever you're slow out of the gates. Granted, the Mavericks are up 1 here in the first quarter. Luka misses, wants a foul, yelling at the ref. Now, what's the problem here, you guys? So you see this play, right? It's not like Luka's in a terrible position. We could easily turn around and get back on defense. Does that happen? What do you think? Yeah. Luka doesn't get back. It's numbers. PJ Washington aggressive. Great block by Kyrie. Hold on a second, Kyrie. What are the odds for Kyrie to lead the league in blocks? One thing I love doing, especially when I rewatch games, is look at the bench reaction, the coach's reaction to certain plays. This is a moment right here. Your defense is starting to get torched a little bit. LaMelo's starting to figure some stuff out. This is why he has 11 assists in the first half of this game. The pick and roll is just not there. Mavericks decide they want to switch to a zone. Now, someone didn't get the memo. Just take a look at this possession here. Take a look at the bench. Sean Sweeney looks like he's about to have an aneurysm. Let's rewind. Immediately, kids screaming, coaches screaming. Nothing's even happened yet. Oh, man. These were the type of plays in the first half, which is why you were down 15 points to a team you were 11.5-point favorites against. All right, here's where things start to get a little bit better. Halfway through the third quarter, Mavericks down by 11. This is when they start to make their run a little bit here. This is a very good defensive possession. Good job, Luka, getting over that screen. Forces Gordon Hayward to pass out of that jump shot. Love it. Good defensive rotations. Kyrie, we might have to have a serious conversation about Kyrie's defense at some point, but a good job getting out and contesting that LaMelo ball three. It's a good conversation, by the way. I don't know if the inflection of my voice insinuated that or not. And here's why earlier I said Kyrie Irving was a spark plug that led to this comeback win for the Dallas Mavericks. Luka out of the game. Mavericks now down by 8 points. Gordon Hayward, 2 of 11 from the field in the second half. Thanks for coming. Misses. Josh Green rebound, gets it to Kyrie, and immediately Kyrie brings it up the floor. Boom! Look at that quick burst of speed. Now, they called that a goaltend. Was that a goaltend? They used Hawkeye technology. The Hornets challenged this. They used Hawkeye technology. I don't know what that is. I watched the Hawkeye show on Disney+. I know he retired from the Avengers. I didn't know this is what he was up to now. You be the judge. You let me know. Actually, don't let me know. They reviewed it, and they called it a goaltend. So, bad news, Dwight Powell haters. He's not going anywhere. The Kyrie Irving, Dwight Powell two-man game in the third quarter was something to watch. Little pick and roll here. Yep, Kyrie, double team. Yeah, I'll just pass that. Whoa, nice move by Dwight Powell. Wait a second. Dwight Olajuwon? Here's something this team is not doing a season ago. I promise you that. First half, their three ball's not falling. How do they adjust? Second half, they push the pace. They adjust their pick and roll offense as well. We'll talk about that here in a second. But here we go. Brandon Miller. I thought he had a pretty nice game. His stats weren't very good, but he looks smooth. I like it. Kyrie, what a rebound. Oh, my God. Maybe Kyrie is the power forward we need. But anyways, immediately pushes the pace. Leaves it for Tim Hardaway Jr. Three. Yeah, that's a clank. But look at Dwight Powell. In good position because they got up the floor quickly. That's hard on defenses. Nick Richards can't seal him off. Dwight Powell draws a foul going for the rebound. You love to see it. More of this Kyrie, Dwight Powell two-man game. I really don't think we give Dwight Powell enough credit for being a great roll man and a great cutter because it feels like whatever ball handler he plays with just has a natural two-man game with him because it's usually the Luka Dwight Powell two-man game looks good. The Kyrie Dwight Powell two-man game in this game was beautiful. Kyrie in the paint. Nice little pass fake here to Jaden Hardy. Dwight Powell. Beautiful cut. Sees the defense with their back turned. Kyrie, nice find. Dwight Powell gets fouled. Dwight Nowitzki, he hits both. Actually, I think he missed one. Dwight Doncic. This is what Kyrie Irving brings to the table, ladies and gentlemen. Off of a make, he brings the ball up the floor. You can see 4 seconds into the shot clock, immediately the Mavericks are getting into some actions. Little dribble handoff. As you can see right here, Bryce McGowan has to step up a little bit. He has to tag Dwight Powell, make sure that it's not an easy roll to the rim. What happens? Kyrie Irving, beautiful kick out. Jaden Hardy. Oh, you know he's ready. You know he's ready for the moment. Now, here's what Jaden Hardy brings to the table. I don't know what the hell is on my screen right now. Probably for the best that we skip ahead a little bit. All right, there we go. Now look, this two-man game has been killing the Hornets. Now look what happens. 3 guys are on this pick and roll right now, trapping Kyrie Irving and making sure that Dwight Powell doesn't get a good roll to the rim. So Kyrie makes the right read. Josh Green, a nice aggressive attack. Misses at the rim. That's a great contest by Nick Richards. There's our man Dwight Powell at the rebound. And boom, here's what Jaden Hardy brings that the Mavericks don't really have outside of Luka and Kyrie Irving. That's someone who will just relentlessly attack. They give him continuation for that and one. Is that the right call? Hey, I won't tell anyone. Did I mention Jaden Hardy is a very aggressive player and that sometimes the Mavericks desperately need that aggressiveness? Ball moving here. Jaden Hardy, great attack. Oh, Nick Richards, don't jump. Don't jump. More Jaden Hardy, man. Mavs up 4 at this point. Luka bringing the ball up the floor. Lively screen. Good action here. Hardy steps into a 3. Great look. Oh, knocks it down. Should probably get a foul there. Oh, wait, no, he didn't make it. Guys, I want you to go ahead and look at this, please. Look at the shot trajectory here. Have you ever seen on a broadcast a miss look more like a make than this? Let's rewind. Take a look. It actually doesn't even make sense to me that ball didn't go in. I don't even understand what I'm looking at. Now, for the Charlotte Hornets, you're just done at this point. The Mavericks have dissected your defense so well in the second half, there's nothing you can do. The Mavs put up 41 points in the fourth quarter. They stopped trapping Luka because he's just finding the open guy, and the Mavericks role players are starting to get hot. So now they're dropping. All right, the Mavericks are just going to set a little drag screen here. Luka gets a matchup he likes. Gordon Hayward, yeah, you're not stopping that, bucko. Hey, you see the silhouette right there? You know what's happening. Mavericks going to run the same exact play again. Now the Hornets are trembling. They're shaking in their boots. Oh, my God. Luka's starting to hit shots. This is over for us. How are we going to win this game? Okay, we got to make sure we put bodies on Luka. Don't let him get that fadeaway again. Oh, now he's just going to throw lobs to Dereck Lively. Just too easy for this guy, man. Way too easy. And now the kiss of death. What did I say earlier? Grant Williams is shooting 88% from 3 in the fourth quarter of games. Just some unheard of, ungodly number. All right, what do we get here? Little pick and roll again. Charlotte Hornets. Oh, my God, I'm so terrified. This is the most scary play in the history of the league. We're going to trap Luka here on the wing because we know he likes that step-back 3. All right, I'm PJ Washington. I need to step up on Dereck Lively to make sure he doesn't get a lob. Now Grant Williams wide open in the corner. Didn't you know that's prime Steph Curry in the fourth quarter of games? Yeah, knocked down 3 and the foul. 4-point play. Grant Williams did not hit the free throw. Grant Doncic. And one last time. Love this play right here for the Dallas Mavericks. Ball on the floor, crazy. Dereck Lively, terrifying fall. My God, I felt the earth shake from that one all the way in my apartment in beautiful Fairview, Texas. Now the Mavs bring the ball up. Luka Doncic, nice fake. They are down 2 guys. So this is 3-on-5 offense here for the Mavericks, and yet somehow LaMelo Ball is just going to be completely lost on defense without a man to guard. Grant Williams trailing the play, knocks down a 3. Thanks for coming. LaMelo Ball, you had a great fourth quarter. Unfortunately, it wasn't great enough. LaMelo Ball was a massive troll in this game. The first half, he was setting up his teammates really well. I think he had 11 assists in the first half of the game, but he just could not shoot, shooting one-legged jumpers. I mean, he's just hilarious to watch when his shot's not falling. Some of these bricks sounded like tank shells hitting a building. Like it was just really rough. But in the fourth quarter, 23 points, 8 of 9 from the field, 5 of 6 from deep, including some absolute bombs. And despite his shooting struggles to start the season, which have been pretty well documented if you're on NBA Twitter at all, in the fourth quarter of games, he is averaging over 8 points, 53% from the field, 53% from deep. So he's going to figure it out. And this Hornets team, I think they're a little bit frisky. And then you have Mark Williams as well, second-year guy out of Duke. He's really, really good. I mentioned in my one-word reaction after this game, these teams are similar in the fact that these franchises have never had franchise bigs, and it seems like both of them, in the span of 2 years, have gotten 2 rookies out of Duke, 2 rookie centers who look like they're going to be the future of the position for them. Mark Williams, 19 points, 8 of 8 from the field. He's the league leader in field goal percentage so far this season, 10 rebounds as well. I really like his game. I like the pick and roll that LaMelo Ball and Mark Williams have going on. It's a frisky Hornets team. And, you know, wasn't a pretty win for the Mavericks, but we take those. We do. We take those. This is a game that this team's not winning a season ago. That's just the truth. Rarely ever do I do a legitimate outro, but I do want to say I appreciate you guys. I really, really do. I've been putting a lot of effort into this channel, and you guys have made it worth it. Really. You guys have. You've been clicking on the videos. You've been liking them. You've been commenting. You've been active in the chat. And I really do appreciate that. I really do. Just kidding. I'm not doing a real outro. That was a prank. I'm not doing a real outro. There will be no real outros on this channel. Like, comment, and subscribe.